Hello and welcome to your new home. You are now a tenant of Fingal County Council's Housing Department, and we would like to take this opportunity to congratulate you on your new home. The purpose of this video is to take you through the tenancy process so that you understand what you are legally required to do as a council tenant. Failure to do so may result in your tenancy being terminated, so it is vital that you watch the entire video as it contains a lot of important and useful information. In this video, you will learn about the tenancy agreement, rent account management, housing maintenance, and our position with regards to antisocial behaviour. By the end of the video, you will have a clear understanding of what we as a landlord and you as a tenant must do to make sure you have a successful tenancy. You can also refer to Fingal County Council's Tenants Handbook, which is available at www.fingal.ie. Remember that a customer care team is always available to help you and can be contacted by phone at 01 890 5000 or by email at customercareunit@fingal.ie. Let's start by looking at the tenancy agreement. The tenancy agreement is a very important document which you should keep in a safe and secure place. It is a legal document outlining what you must do as a tenant and may be used in court if you are in breach of any of the conditions. If you secured your home through a joint application, then both applicants must sign the agreement. Under the tenancy agreement, your new home must be your main residence. You cannot let anyone else live with you without first getting written permission from the council. To apply for permission to have another person live with you, you must fill in a permission to reside form, which can be downloaded from the Fingal County Council website, fingal.ie/council/service/permission -reside-request or contact estate management on 01 890 5000. If you want to end your tenancy, you must give 4 weeks written notice to the council's housing allocation section. You must leave your home in the same condition as it was at the beginning of your tenancy, apart from normal wear and tear, and remove all your personal belongings. There are a number of very important things in the tenancy agreement that you need to be aware of. The tenancy agreement will state the date your home was allocated to you, the name or names of the person or persons responsible for the tenancy, and the date the first rent payment is due. The first clauses in the tenancy agreement deals with the rent charges and the rent scheme. These will be explained to you in detail by the council's rent section prior to you signing the tenancy agreement. We will talk about rents later in this video. There are some other important clauses in your tenancy agreement that you need to be aware of. Your tenancy agreement states that you must reside at the address in the tenancy agreement, and you will need written permission from the council if you intend to live somewhere else for more than 6 weeks in any 52-week period. It also states that the property is for private use and cannot be used to operate a business from. Your tenancy agreement prevents you from allowing any other person to reside in your home without prior written permission from the council. Your tenancy agreement states you must notify the council of any changes in your circumstances. This could be the death of somebody living in your home, a divorce, a judicial separation, or as mentioned earlier, living elsewhere for a period of more than 6 weeks. You should also notify the council in the event of any changes to the household income. As a tenant, you have a number of important responsibilities under the terms of the tenancy agreement. The council expects you to take full responsibility for the condition of the house or apartment and the garden or gardens if they are provided. This means taking pride in your new home, keeping it in a clean and proper state, making sure that the walls, gates and fences are properly maintained and that no grease or oil is poured into the drains because it could clog up the system. You must not make any alteration to the property, inside or outside, without prior written consent from the council, and you are responsible for the internal decoration and for all glass breakages. You will also be liable for any repairs that need to be carried out. 2 questions that tenants often ask are in relation to pets and insurance. You may keep domestic pets, such as cats and dogs, as long as they are kept under control and don't cause nuisance to your neighbours or become a source of annoyance. However, any other animals, including horses, poultry, pigs and birds, cannot be kept on the property. This would be a breach of your tenancy agreement. While the council will ensure the property against fire, floods and storm damage, you are strongly advised to ensure the content of your home, as you will be responsible for the repairs resulting from the willful or malicious damage that may occur to your house or garden. Further details are available in the Tenant Handbook. From time to time, the council may seek access to the property to inspect it or carry out necessary works. As a tenant, you must allow access to the property by any council official or person authorised by the council at all reasonable times. If the council determines that you are in breach of the tenancy agreement, the council may issue you in the first instance with a tenancy alert to advise you of our concerns. We may then proceed to issue a statutory tenancy warning notice, which may result in legal proceedings being taken against you. You can apply for a transfer of tenancy after 2 years residing at the property, but this is subject to certain conditions. If a co-tenant dies or you want to add a partner or family member to the tenancy agreement, then you must apply for a transfer of tenancy. Further information on housing transfer and the necessary forms are available at fingal.ie. Every tenant is expected to pay their weekly rent to the council for their home. Failure to do so may result in court action and eviction. Council rent is calculated differently from the rent that would be paid to a private landlord. As a council tenant, the rent you pay for your home is called differential rent because it is based on the assessed income of each member of the household over 18 years of age. It is amount to 12% of assessed income. Assessed income is what's left after income tax, PRSI, USC, and certain social welfare payments are deducted. The council may also add additional charges to some properties to cover the cost of additional services, such as a heating system fee or management fee if you reside in an apartment. To calculate the rent you will pay, it is important for you to promptly complete your rent assessment form when requested to do so. It is also important that you apply to any correspondence or contact from the council's rent section. The booklet Guide to Differential Rent Scheme, which is in your tenancy pack, contains a lot of useful information and you should take time to read it. Because the council uses the differential rent system, your rent may be changed if you lose your job or get a new job, or you receive a new social protection payment or lose a payment. If somebody moves in or out of the property, or there is a birth, death, or marriage within the household. If there is a change in family circumstances, you must contact the rent section in writing with supporting documentation. The rent must be paid weekly and will be taken from your account every Saturday or as soon thereafter, starting on the first Saturday after you sign your tenancy agreement. It is extremely important that you pay your rent on time and in full. Failure to do so may result in court action and eviction. There are a number of different ways you can pay your rent. You can do it using the OnPlus free household budget service, which enables OnPlus to make an automatic deduction from your social welfare payments. It can be done through bill pay, which is available in any post office, post point, or online at www.mybills.ie. It can also be done by a standing order with your bank. It can also be paid by phone or in person at the cash office in the council's offices in Blanchardstown or Swords, where payments will be accepted by debit card, credit card, cash and cheque. Your rent records are very important, so it is vital that you keep your receipts as proof of payment. Your rent statements can be posted out to you, but it is also available online. We'll provide your login and PIN details if you send us your email address. If you have trouble paying your rent, you should contact our rents accounts team as soon as possible. We may be able to assist you with a more satisfactory arrangement or put you in touch with MAPS, Money Advice and Budgeting Service, who will help you with your household budgeting. If your income has reduced, your rent may be reduced after review, but it is important that you contact us if you are struggling to pay your rent. Remember, failure to pay your rent is a breach of your tenancy agreement and may result in court action and eviction. You should also take note of the following important email addresses. For our rents team, for anything to do with the collection of rents, contact rents.collection@fingal.ie. For anything to do with rents arrears, contact rents.arrears@fingal.ie. And for anything to do with rents assessment, contact rent.assessment@fingal.ie. You can also call our customer care unit on 01-890 5000 or email them at customercareunit@fingal.ie. Remember, our staff are only too happy to help you. Maintaining your home in a good condition during the course of your tenancy is extremely important and is achieved by the tenant and the council working together. If you have any maintenance queries, you can email estatemanagement@fingal.ie or contact our customer care unit on 01 890 5000 or email them at customercareunit@fingal.ie. The Tenant Handbook explains what repairs you as a tenant are reasonable for. When the council is required to carry out repairs, these will be completed by our maintenance section through authorised contractors. The following timescales will apply to any maintenance repairs. If it is an emergency, repairs will be carried out in 1 to 3 working days. If it is urgent, repairs will be carried out within 10 working days. If it is routine maintenance, then the work will be carried out within 12 weeks. There are a few things you also need to be aware of. Broken glass is the tenant responsibility to repair, no matter how it is caused. Damage to locks, fences, window handles, and the cleaning of gutters are other examples of maintenance jobs which are the tenant's responsibility. If you wish to make changes to your home, such as installing a shed, electrical shower, or CCTV, you must first get written permission from the council. Detailed plans of the work proposed should be emailed to estatemanagement@fingal.ie for consideration. Works carried out without prior written permission will result in a formal tenancy warning being issued. You do not need the permission of the council for the normal routine upkeep, decoration, or maintenance of your home. Remember, if you have any doubts, contact us first before doing anything, and ensure when carrying out works that a suitably qualified contractor is being used. When it comes to setting up your electricity and gas accounts, you have a number of options. You can use the Property Button website to switch utilities in your name, or you can register directly with your service provider. Failure to switch or set up utilities in your name within 14 days of signing your tenancy will result in your utilities being disconnected. If you want to use your prepaid meter, you must email estatemanagement@fingal.ie requesting permission to do so. And if it is granted, a consent letter will be issued to you. When you move into your new home, you are more than just a tenant. You are a member of the community in which you live. It is important to get to know your neighbours and establish good relations with them. A good tip is to treat your neighbours the way you would like to be treated yourself. When parking cars, please be considerate, ensuring that you do not block access to other people's dwellings. If you have designated car parking space, please use it. Antisocial behaviour is not tolerated and could result in you being in breach of your tenancy agreement and mean that you may be evicted. Some examples of antisocial behaviours are drug abuse, joyriding, assault, causing criminal damage, vandalism, intimidation, harassment, and noise such as playing loud music. If an issue arises, try and resolve it in a friendly and sensible manner with your neighbours at a local level. Be aware that disputes between children can often escalate into disputes between the parents. We will ask parents to exercise common sense and a level of tolerance in dealing with such issues. If you feel you cannot resolve such issues, do not hesitate to contact the estate management section. There is also a complaint procedure in place for helping to deal with antisocial behaviour. Complaints can be made by telephone, letter, email, or you can call to the customer care unit at our offices in Blanchardstown or Swords. Please be assured your complaints will be received in confidence. Criminal behaviour should be reported to An Garda Síochána in the first instance. Never assume that Fingal County Council are aware of antisocial behaviour in your locality, or that somebody else will report such incidents. Take responsibility for reporting such matters yourself. Remember, all complaints are treated in confidence and can be reported anonymously. It is very important when making a complaint to provide as much information as possible. This includes the date and time of the incident and the names and addresses of those involved. You may find it helpful to ask yourself the following questions when preparing your complaint. Where did the incident take place? When did it take place? Who was involved? Why were they there? What happened? If you experience any criminal behaviour, report it first to the Gardaí and then contact estate management. Remember, the council can only deal with complaints about our tenants. We cannot investigate complaints about private homeowners or private rented tenancies. Also, you are responsible for your children's actions and your visitors' actions when they are in your home. When an antisocial behaviour complaint is received by the council, the following may happen. The council may contact the Gardaí to discuss the case and request a written report. A housing inspector may ask to investigate and talk to the tenant or family members involved. The council may request a tenant to attend for an interview. The council may follow up with a tenancy alert, then a tenancy warning, which is the equivalent of a notice to quit and which may lead to an eviction. Please read the Fingal County Council Anti-Social Behaviour Strategy booklet for more information. We hope you have found this video helpful. Our website, fingal.ie, and your tenant handbook are excellent sources of information and contains the email addresses and phone numbers you will need should you require assistance. Don't be afraid to call our team. They are there to help you.